Hi everyone, and welcome to the Taurus June 2023 Illumination reading. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot, a place for you to better connect with and illuminate your own personal spiritual importance through being able to better understand and see what makes you uniquely you. So hi everyone and welcome. Now we're going to jump right into your reading here, Taurus. I'm first going to pull I'm first going to pull a card here to see the energy of what you're bringing to the month of June. Then we're going to look at what Spirit is asking you to basically evolve or grow into, or the theme of the month out here. And then we'll look at blocks, challenges, advice from Spirit, and the blessings that want to come in as you move closer to the energy that we're going to discuss over here. So, Taurus, you are coming in with the Hierophant. This is actually your card in the tarot, one of your cards in the Major Arcana. Now, the Hierophant is technically the High Priest. This is the energy of, when it's internal, it's really looking at the energy of what we commit to and what we believe in. Because the Hierophant speaks to the larger systems that we prescribe to as an individual. So the governmental structures that we choose to follow, the laws that we choose to obey, even the religious institutions that we choose to follow and believe in. But when it comes down to the internal element of the High Priest, this is really looking at how we are spiritually led in everything that we do, meaning why do we choose to commit to something in our experience? Why do we choose to follow those practices? Why do we choose to commit to a certain path or a certain belief structure? So you are really sitting with your energy, which is wonderful. Now, in your kind of external environment, or what Spirit is asking you really to look at this month and then to really embrace, we have quite a story going on over here. We have the Five of Pentacles, we have the Four of Wands, we have a special card here, which in this deck there are two additional cards. This one shows two lovers in an embrace. It is, for me, when I work with this deck, specifically speaking to romantic love. So it's very similar to the Lover's card, but where the Lover's card kind of speaks to love in general or making a choice in love, this is speaking directly to romantic love, to partnership. And then we have the Ten of Cups. So there's this beautiful feeling here of kind of moving from perhaps a place where you felt with the Five of Pentacles either left out in the cold, or that you didn't have enough, that there wasn't enough physical abundance in your life. It's kind of that poverty mindset of there is not enough, or again, if I pursue something, I will not have enough, or others will turn their back on me, and therefore, again, there's a lack of abundance in some aspect of your physical experience. But there's something here tied directly to, from what I'm seeing here, a foundation, most likely a marriage or a strong romantic partnership, because the Four of Wands can speak to a marriage. It can also speak to the foundation that is created when two people come together. And the Ten of Cups really is that ultimate feeling of joy, that feeling of fulfillment, that feeling of, I get to touch a little piece of heaven on earth for myself. And there's something here I can see for many of you. We also have the Queen of Pentacles as the energy at the bottom of the deck. This is your underlying energy for the month as well. The Queen of Pentacles is another card that can represent dedicated focus and commitment to growing something specific. This is also the energy of the patient mother, the one who knows that when you have a child, that baby, once you give birth to it, doesn't just come out into the world and run off. It's a long, steady, dedicated effort to allow that seed, the baby, to continue to grow into the healthy adults that it will become. So and then we also have the King of Cups underneath, which is strong emotional paternal energy. This is one where you lead from the heart. It's an individual who is emotionally mature. It can also be seen sometimes as a spiritual advisor, because this individual is so in tune with their emotions and they're into their intuition and their spirit. But with the Five of Swords coming up at the very bottom here, there is this feeling that there has been something perhaps that you have not wanted to see, something you have not wanted to admit to yourself, something, the Five of Swords often to me represents the individual who is sitting there with their fingers in their ears going, blah, 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 I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it. And there's something here around an emotional connection to something that I think for many of you, possibly it could even be stepping up into a leadership position within your home. Why do I say that? Because there's a lot of home focus over here. These two individuals could literally be two people. One could represent yourself and one could represent the other individual. The Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. The King of Cups is Scorpionic energy. So that's the energy of really death and transformation, but going very deep on that emotional level. And the Queen of Pentacles is the Capricorn energy of someone who has a goal and they're ready to do what it takes to get there. Now, this could be a very wonderful parent dynamic, especially when we have one person really leading from that place of emotion and the heart-centeredness, and we have one person who's really patient and ready to kind of, nurture things into existence. But there is going to come into question here, I think, for some of you, this and it's interesting because I did Aquarius's reading yesterday, and they had a very similar kind of message come out where there was almost this dynamic between themselves and another individual, whether it was work or whether it was personal. For you, Taurus, I do feel like it could be personal. This could be, now for those of you who are not in a relationship right now, meaning that you have not gone through marriage, or you're not in a committed relationship, this could be something here where you're either taking a look at something from the past, maybe a relationship that did not work, and you're being asked to face that again, and to maybe look at your belief structures around committed relationships. Or this can be where if you are in a relationship, this is asking you to take a look at your current relationship and where maybe now it's time to take a look at the dynamic between you and someone else. And maybe what you are kind of being called to embrace here is the King of Cups energy, is the individual who really comes from that emotionally mature place and who can be the healthy counterpart to someone who is looking to build something. Now, this could be reversed. This could be someone else in your relationship is being asked to step up into this position, and you are the one who is dedicated and patient and taking their time to grow something. Under the Five of Swords, I'm just going to look. Yes, the Ace of Cups, love, fresh connection. That is kind of connecting to the wellspring of our experience, our spiritual connection to everything, but specifically to love. And there seems to be a little bit of, with the Five of Swords coming up, for some of you, pushing away that cup of love. Whether it's pushing away that cup of support from your partner, whether it's pushing away that cup of support from just your entire life experience. This could be where, if you are not in a committed partnership, this could be where either something happened in the past that didn't work out in a relationship, and now you're kind of sitting here going, "Ugh, I don't want love." This could be where somebody's trying to come in and be like, "Hey, I'd love to date you," and you're like, "No, I just can't go down that line. I just can't do it," because you don't have faith in it. So this is really going to be a month where you're called to take a look at what you have faith in, but specifically what you have faith in regards to what your Ten of Cups really looks like. What is that happy family card to you? So yeah, we have the Queen of Swords coming in here. So Queen of Swords, I was kind of expecting her to come out. This is your main point of challenge. Queen of Swords, and especially in this deck, I love it. This deck actually has an image of the Lover's card from this deck in the background of this. Now, the Queen of Swords comes up often when we are faced with something in a relationship where maybe it's starting to echo a little bit of something from the past, meaning maybe we are going to be looking to start a new relationship or commit to a new relationship. But then that little voice inside our head, the Queen of Swords, comes up and she repeats our story. And that story doesn't mean that it's actually the truth. The story is a story that we choose to tell about an experience from our past, meaning we then might pipe up with this little voice that says, but remember, we're always unlucky in love, so don't commit. Because if you do, if you give into that fresh cup being handed out to you, it's going to lead to the Five of Pentacles, not to the Four of Wands. And so there's something here around really maybe taking a look at the story that you tell around how you love, around how you allow others to love you, and around also what you choose to have faith in around this kind of dream for you. So we have the King of Cups coming in directly after that. Yeah. So the Queen of Cups she is blocking you from embracing the King of Cups. For some of you, this could be literally you're being blocked from embracing another individual in your life, the individual who wants to come forward and be that loving, kind, caring energy, almost that paternal energy. This could be you blocking yourself from your own intuition, from your own emotional maturity, or this could be you blocking yourself from really emotionally connecting to your life experience, because the King of Cups holds that Ace of Cups and he honors it. He leads from that place. He leads from what he loves. He leads from what he knows he needs to, the needs of his and the needs and the dreams of his that he needs to meet to stay in that emotionally mature place, to stay in a place of self-control, but also of deep emotional connection to life. I'd ask yourself two questions this month, Taurus, as we are moving through the month. And I'll be doing the same because I am a sun sign Taurus. I also have a Mars placement in Taurus. So I do work so much with the Taurus energy. But there is something here around you're being asked a question. Ooh. What do you have faith in? And what do you have faith in within yourself, within your life experience, based on the stories on your experiences that you've gone through and the stories that you tell about who you are and what you've experienced? But in addition to that, really take a look at how you commit to things and why you commit in a specific way. Is there a reason why maybe you don't want to commit to this level of connection to your life experience, or you don't want to commit to embodying this within your life experience? For some of you if this is nothing to do with, to be honest, this is going to deal with some type of relationship, whether this is a future relationship that you're blocking yourself from, or whether this is a current relationship right now that you're not really embracing and allowing fully to come into your life. That there could be something around here too for some of you, that maybe there is something around wanting to take on a spiritually led vocation, and that there's this feeling of maybe it's creating tension between you and the person in your life, or you feel that it may be. You don't feel that you will be accepted if you fully want to embrace and commit to this path. And what's interesting for you, Taurus, is at the heart of your reading, you have the Seven of Wands. This is what Spirit is asking you, really the energy of Spirit is asking you to analyze and embrace and really get to know this month, which is the Seven of Wands. This is the energy of someone who is willing to defend the actions they are choosing to take. It's where you also get a chance to kind of reflect, to really go inward and say, why am I choosing to take these actions? So that when I go to defend them, how am I doing so from a place of the King of Cups, of the emotionally mature individual who is going to express in a loving manner, going to express from that emotional connection? Because on the other side of this, what's coming in and what's really waiting to bubble, kind of looking to burst, is we have the Six of Pentacles, and then we have the Three of Pentacles with the High Priestess and the Three of Cups. So we have the High Priestess and the High Priest here. together. There isn't there's a lot of this balancing of masculine and feminine in your reading between, the queen here and the king. Then we have the masculine high priest and the feminine high priestess. And what you're really being asked to embrace is the masculine, but the masculine that comes from that place of emotional connection, not the masculine who's going to be out there and outwardly maybe like aggressive or leading from that King of Wands kind of drive. There's this more of this sitting quietly and almost coming to that peaceful place where your emotions are so quiet, but you're so in tune with them that almost nothing can rattle your cage. You're just sitting in that beautiful place of connecting directly to who you are. And then that's what allows you to communicate or allows you to defend your position, to defend what you truly want to go for, to defend. For some of you, defending there's something new that perhaps you want to build. And this could be for those of you who are moving into a new partnership or who are looking to commit, who are looking to get married or are recently married. This could be something where you're looking now to maybe make that decision with your partner as to, okay, we've hit this milestone, we have this foundation. Now, where do we go from here? Because on the other side of this, we have the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is the card that reminds us that there will always be a certain return on our investment. At some point in time, we may feel like we are putting out a lot of energy, time, or money and not getting that return. And then there'll be another time in our life where it seems like out of the blue, we get all of that returned all at once. And it can also really speak to that balance of sometimes we are going to be the person who has to give, and sometimes we're going to be the person that has to receive. And this might be that kind of reevaluating moment of really looking at your life experience and saying, okay, what has come in for me? And what now, with going down to the Three of Pentacles, what do I have? What are the resources? What the Six of Pentacles really speaks to coming to that place of balance. You have enough. You're not in the Five of Pentacles anymore. You're not at this place where you're struggling financially. You're not at this place where people have turned their back on you. In fact, there seems to be quite a bit of support that wants to come in with the Three of Cups. So the Three of Pentacles speaks to building with others with a forward kind of vision. And also understanding what you uniquely bring to that table. In the Three of Pentacles, you often see multiple people or three individuals, and those three individuals each bring one of those pentacles. They bring a skill set. Now, the High Priestess says somewhere deep down, that it may be hidden in your subconscious, it may be hidden, you might be hiding it from other people, but the High Priestess says deep down there is a vision for your future that you know you want to pursue. There may be even a collaboration that you know you want to pursue. And with the Three of Cups, there's also this sense of community, of bringing others in who will celebrate with you on that level, who will be that, not only the community, but could even be a soul tribe, something along those lines. It's that feeling of being able to have that healthy support. But none of that is going to come into place until you get very clear again as to what you have faith in. Kind of looking at what are the principles that you want to commit to. This would be like, being in a relationship where you're being asked to maybe put aside your principles. You're committing to something that isn't actually in alignment with what you emotionally connect to in life, or on some intuitive level is not right for you. I do think for many of you, you've kind of shut yourself off emotionally. With the Ace of Cups hiding under the Five of Swords, this is like kind of, shutting the door on your own heart. And it may be leaving either someone else in your life feeling like, hey, where's the support? Especially when you're looking at, what is that healthy support that you want to bring in? What is what is the goal for a partnership in your life experience? Now, for some of you, you may say, well, I don't need I'm not in a place to be in a partnership, or I'm not in a place to get married or have that kind of romantic element in my life. Then this could literally be something around you looking at the dynamics between maybe even how a previous relationship maybe has altered your faith in yourself and what you're able to build with others, how you approach even collaborations, how you approach the community, others that you want to, are you honestly coming forward with your cup? And are you communicating from that place? Are you holding your cup dear and leading? Because that's what the kings do. They lead from that, whatever their sign is, or whatever their element is. And the King of Cups leads from his emotions. He leads from what he intuitively knows. And there's this feeling of having almost cut yourself off from that, cut yourself off from that emotional connection. Through cutting yourself off from love, you've therein cut yourself off from being able to kind of trust your inner knowing, trust what you bring to a situation, and trust that it will be supported by others. So this could be that month where you really get in touch with, wow, I didn't realize that relationship from the past was getting in the way of me allowing love to come in another way, or allowing me to really connect authentically with others, or allowing me to believe that there could be others who support some aspect of my experience that I really want to pursue. Now, with the Five of Swords coming up again, this is a very important energy for you to really embrace and really take a look at. Where are you kind of sticking your fingers in your ears and going, I don't want to see it, I don't want to hear it, I don't want, like, pushing away that cup. Oh my God. Taurus, this is where I get goosebumps when I read cards. Look at that. You have the Five of Swords and the Five of Swords with the Ace of Cups underneath, twice. This is your message right here. It's time to stop pushing away love. It's time to stop pushing away connection. It's time to realize that you are good enough. You're strong enough, and gosh darn it, people love you. But that is the truth. And it's time to really start embodying that in your everyday experience, to allow the joy that wants to come in for you. Okay, so for the Queen of Swords, there's the High Priestess again. There's a deep knowing on some level. We have the Queen of Wands, Strength, and the Six of Swords. With the Queen of Wands, Strength, and the Six of Swords, there's something here where it's time to have the strength to show what you're passionate about. It's time to have the strength to kind of bloom where you're planted. But with the Six of Swords, there's a moving on from the pain of the past. There's a moving on. So you're moving from the Five of Swords to the Six of Swords towards what you intuitively know you're being called towards, what you intuitively understand. This is almost like denying your it's almost like if two people are waiting out here and we're like, okay, we just need the third pentacle to show up. We just need the person with this skill set, or we just need the person who can do this, or the person who can bring this to the table. And you're like holding yourself back over here. And with the High Priestess, there is a deep knowing as to what this is, where these people are, what you want to build. What is that collaboration? Okay, King of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Embracing that connection. Embracing, not only taking that cup of love, of connection, but owning it, really owning it, following what you're passionate about. Following, when you think about our emotional connection, we emotionally connect to our life through what our spirit truly enjoys, through what our spirit uniquely needs, to our spirit, what the dreams that our spirit has. That's how we emotionally connect, by following those dreams, by pursuing those passions, by meeting our own needs. And that's all part of leading from the King of Cups. Now you have the Magician and the Ten of Coins. Yes, the Magician is remembering where your magic lies. It's here in your emotional connection to life. And then we have the Ten of Coins, which is legacy. That is legacy building. That is physical abundance. And I think for some of you, there's this kind of, with the Wheel of Fortune coming in, it's saying the time is now to embrace this aspect of yourself, to embrace the cup of love that's being handed out to you, because it will lead to the Ten of Coins. And with the Ten of Coins and the Ten of Cups, this is abundance on both an emotional level and a physical level. But first, you have to get to it through your emotions. You have to be very clear as to what you want to give yourself to emotionally, to be able then to realize that that's where maybe the block in physical abundance is coming in, because you're not looking at your legacy through the correct lens. Now, as a Taurian, we are obviously very focused on the physical. That's just part of our sign. But this might be now where we look at earning money through doing what we love, through expressing what we love. This could even be earning money through, kind of committing to a partnership where maybe that individual brings their own stability to the table. But this is also really understanding your own magic. Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands with the Fountain. I love it. The Fountain is another card that is unique to this specific tarot deck. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and we'll see what else. Re-pull that. Okay. So the Fountain in this deck speaks to getting to that kind of like cosmic place of where everything and anything is possible. This is universal knowledge. This is the wormhole. This is where the seat of creativity and genius sits. And then we have Ace of Coins, Knight of Wands, and Page of Swords. There is a feeling here of being gifted an opportunity in the physical, the Ace of Coins. This is the seed. This is the seed that needs to be nurtured. The Knight of Wands, it's that feeling of going out and doing what lights our fire, what feels like fun, what feels like adventure. It's almost like you look at these two individuals, they're kind of in the same position with their wand. And it's like, you can't have my wand. You can't have my passion. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be the one that enjoys my passion. And with the Page of Swords is being that kind of curious, optimistic child. It's somebody who wants to go out and gain more information, who is willing to understand that their truth might not be the only truth. When we think of the Five of Swords, that's what this individual is sitting here saying. My perspective, my truth is the only truth. And I don't care who I have to push away or how long I have to stick my fingers in my ears to not hear someone else's opinion. I'm just going to stick with that. And this is saying it's time to get very curious about what other truth, what other perspective are you not seeing? Are you not allowing to come in? That's ultimately going to allow you to kind of embrace the fountain here, the fountain of the wellspring of genius, the fountain of, if you want to manifest this beautiful 10 of Cups for yourself over here, this happy family, well, it's coming through here. It's coming through again, what you love. But you first have to be willing to go out on the adventure. You have to understand that it's time. How I kind of get this feeling of like, how long have you held yourself back from feeling free? Aquarius got a little bit of this as well. How long have you held yourself back from being free and free to pursue, again, the growth of something that you really want, that you've been gifted with? This this Ace of Coins. Now, the Ace of Pentacles is your pentacle to bring now to the Three of Pentacles. There is this gift of something that only you can bring. Maybe it's your creativity. Maybe it is the home or the abundance that you've created physically that you get to lend to a new endeavor. Maybe it's time. Maybe for the first time in a long time, you actually have free time and you can lend that to something, or you can plan vacations, or you can start to build an adventure. But there's something here I'm being curious as to what you've long held yourself back from wanting to do, and how is that the actual missing piece to the Three of Pentacles over here. Now for the Six of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Pentacles with the Nine of Coins and the Queen of Cups. Yeah, this is physical independence. This is where you're sitting, in a very healthy physical experience. The Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Coins is where we have physical abundance, where we've gotten to a certain level of comfort, and we get to enjoy the fruits of our labor. And the Queen of Cups speaks to that beautiful, nurturing energy of the unconditionally loving mother. And there may be, for some of you, that maybe that energy, maybe you became a parent and there was something here that, was balanced out. Maybe This is the realization of, again, balancing these energies within yourself, the masculine connection to the feminine connection to our emotions, the receiving end of things. But there is something here around getting to a very balanced, very healthy, very independent place in your physical experience through the feminine connection to what you love, meaning being open, staying receptive. This is the individual who will allow others to help her, but she's also not willing to, or she's also not afraid to be unconditionally loving to others as well. She shares what's in her cup, but she also holds it very dear at the same time. There could be something here around, again, a feminine figure in your life, around a parent, around someone who has maybe reciprocated something to you. If you are a masculine energy, or you identify as male, this could be that a feminine energy in your life has allowed you to get to this place of abundance in the physical. It could be the opposite, where maybe if you're a female, or you identify as female, that maybe by becoming a mother, there has been this kind of reciprocation of something in the physical. But either way, there is something here around, again, connection to the receiving of love that is going to lead to this place of physical abundance. Okay, so for the Three of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Swords. It's the aha moment, the clarity. The clarity, I think, as to what you have. So really ask yourself this question this month, Taurus. In addition to what do you have faith in, what do you believe in about yourself and what you're capable of and what's really meant for you out there? And where are you holding yourself back from moving forward with a seed of a new beginning, something that if you took it out, you could do something fun with it. Meaning this could be, again, some ability you have, as part of like a vocation that if you went out and wanted to just see what you could do with it. This would be like, I love painting on the side. It's like my happy place, but I keep putting it away, and I don't trust in sharing it with others because I don't feel the love is going to come in for me. And yet it's saying, why don't you just go out there and see where that talent, go join a couple art classes with some other people, or why don't you just go ask your local, your local art shop to see if like, hey, would you show some of my work? Or this could be where you might have something that you could actually bring to a relationship as well. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to just start dating. And I'm going to see where everything that I have to bring to the table is going to fit into maybe somebody else's dream as well for their future. Or this can be where, again, if you're given the gift of time, and maybe you've always wanted to go and travel the world or travel to a specific destination, and now you have that time, but you're not scheduling that trip. You're not signing up for, to update your but your passport. You're not doing these things, which could somehow show you why now you have this gift of time. Why maybe before it wasn't the time to pursue that realm of something you enjoy doing, but now it is that time. Now you have that seed, and now it's time to really look at what it's that aha moment of like, oh my gosh, I could maybe meet someone while I'm traveling, or maybe I will pick up a new hobby, and suddenly that's going to reconnect me to that emotional side to my experience that I totally forgot about. And yeah, there's the Queen of Coins again. So double confirmation here and here. What do you want to nurture into existence for yourself through the opportunity that wants to come in? So when we think about the Nine of Pentacles here, the Nine of Pentacles can be where we are sitting in a place of comfort, but there's like that one missing pentacle that will take us to the Ten of Pentacles, which is like the ultimate legacy we want to have fulfilled. It's our ultimate idea of wealth generation. It's our ultimate idea of, again, what we want to leave behind for future generations. But there's this understanding that we sometimes have to leave a comfort zone, that we have to, and I do get the feeling, maybe step up into more of a leadership role. Maybe you've taken the back seat as the Queen of Cups, again, been receptive, been just kind of sitting there with your love, but you have not been going out there to actively lead from that place, to share from that place. And this is that time that maybe you're being asked to do that, to really go out into the world, to share what you have. And in doing so, you're going to, I think, see a clear picture as to what you want to nurture. You may also see another person in your life in a new light. You may see another individual, if this is, let's say, you and a partner, that you may see the Queen of Coins, the Queen of Pentacles in your life with this aha moment of, oh my gosh, this is what we can build together. If I choose to have faith in myself, have faith in my dream, and stand up and communicate in a way that is not defensive, which is the Five of Swords, in a way that is allowing the other person to speak, and I see truly that they want to nurture the same thing that I want to nurture, well, then how now can I come from a place of emotional maturity to communicate the gift that I have, to communicate what I need at this time to pursue? And how is that going to actually bring you all closer together to allow you to really embrace this right here? Abundance, not poverty, but abundance. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor. The Emperor speaks to stepping up into your own power within your own life, being the emperor to your empire. It also, again, more masculine. It's like the ultimate masculine energy in the tarot. It also speaks to, I love this one, this image specifically of kind of looking outside the box. For some of you, maybe you've played it small for a long time. Maybe you just, this could be where you sit there and say, well, I do want to be in a relationship, but I don't have a lot to offer, or no one seems to like what I have to offer. So I'm just going to say, well, maybe I'll just be alone for the rest of my life. Or this could be the same with wanting to maybe join a friend group or a community or follow a vocation that you're passionate about. And you're like, yeah, well, I don't think anybody's going to accept that. I don't think my partner's going to accept that. And I might as well just, stick to being here. And this is saying it's time, there's another way. There's another way, and it's time for you to step up into the power within your own life to do so. And it can lead to wonderful results. It can lead to both community, Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles, collaborations, and the clarity around the patience that it will take to have the focus to build the ultimate legacy that you want to bring in, but also to remember your magic through that process. The Wheel of Fortune, the Magician coming in on top of the King of Coins, the King of Cups. This really speaks to understanding that it is through your emotional connection now that is going to bring the magic into your life to manifest the start of this legacy for yourself. It's beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to pull a couple additional cards here. We're going to pull a card from the Energy Oracle deck to take a look at a little further what the energy speaks to. Yeah, the Garden and the Gate. That is, this definitely represents the kind of Nine of Coins energy here, which is sitting kind of on the, sitting within this beautiful garden, and you're kind of looking out into the, the great wide yonder, so to speak, and you're like, oh, wouldn't it be great? I wonder what's out there. But this little girl is too afraid to go out there because she's safe, she's secure in her garden. And yet she holds a key around her neck to the gate, and she can unlock the gate and go out there, but it's a little scary, right? We don't know. We don't know what we're going to experience. But there's a feeling here of now having to realize that you can stay within your walled garden alone. Now, you could be in a relationship and still be emotionally cut off from the other individual, and therein feel alone. So keep that in mind, that this could, right now, this reading is really speaking to being kind of emotionally cut off from someone, or emotionally cut off from actually just direct connection to your life experience. And it's saying because what you need now to connect with is out there, is outside of where you've kind of kept yourself closed off, where you've been kind of sitting with your, your fingers in your ears and saying, I don't want to accept this. I don't want to accept the love. I don't want to accept the abundance. I don't want to accept what my intuition is screaming for me to do. The adventure that my inner self, my spirit, is screaming for me to go on. Okay, so let's see. Let's get a couple more pieces of information about the garden and the gate. What does Taurus need to know about the garden and the gate? Okay, so we have the King of Swords. I love it. Truth, understanding, and being strong in what you know, being very analytical, having a very clear mind. But there is something here to be said around staying strong and understanding that you do know. You know what you know, and you have the ability to kind of weigh up you have the ability, to see, to be able to kind of sum up all of the different pieces of information right now, to realize that, Knight of Pentacles, there is a new way forward. I almost get the feeling kind of here of like this individual similar to, what is it? Little Red, Hansel and Gretel, I think. I can't remember which fairy tale, but the one where they're leaving a breadcrumb trail. That there's almost that feeling here of like, you can still go back. It's not that once you leave that gate, you can't come back into the safety and security of what you've already created. It's that now it's time to go out there and just take one step after the other outside of that gate. One step out there to open up your heart again, to either the individual in your life, through maybe just every day doing one thing that emotionally connects you to that individual in a small way. It could be opening yourself up emotionally to love again after the absence of love, meaning that every day you maybe make it an effort to open your eyes when you're at the grocery store or getting coffee someplace, that you look around and you say, I'm going to just open myself up to intimately connecting with others, and maybe that's how I'll meet someone. Or today I'm going to go on a dating website, or whatever it is, but every day taking one step a little bit further out. But knowing that you always hold the key to your own cup yourself. There's no other person that is going to come in and steal that cup from you. That cup is always there. But now you get a chance to kind of go out into the world to see what you can do with that cup, to see what you can do with your love and how it will reciprocate and grow ultimately what you're willing and wanting to grow. Okay, I'm going to pull one additional card here for the Power of Surrender, and then we'll pull your final card and wrap this up, because since your reading, just like Aquarius is a little long, but that is okay. Got to honor the message when it comes through. Surrender frustration. Now, I have to laugh at this because my mom always said that the word frustration was one of my first words as a kid, that I would sit there and say, I'm frustrated. And it's true. I feel like a lot of times for many of us Taurians, we can get frustrated very easily because we tend to be very methodical, because we tend to be the hard worker, because we tend to be the person who wants to do something the right way. And so when others don't kind of do the same, it can be very frustrating for us. So it says, frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. And that is exactly the King of Cups. The King of Cups embodies just that. The emotionally mature individual who will not fly off the handle when they're provoked, who will not burst into tears at the first second that they come across something that is sad. They will process, they will understand, they will even maybe ask questions of the other individual to get to a deeper level of emotional understanding. And that really is getting past the Five of Swords to the heart. So surrender frustration, and I think you'll see that actually it's been you maybe that's been preventing yourself from wherever you feel frustration in your life, whether it's a lack of communication between you and a partner, whether it's the lack of having someone in your life and the frustration of it, when will it happen? It will never happen. Or the frustration of just not feeling emotionally connected through following something that you're deeply passionate about or that connects directly to your heart. So it says key of light, number 26. Breaking down to the number 8, the number of abundance, physical abundance, the number of leading from a place of personal empowerment. So let's go ahead and see what it has to say here. It says, Archangel Michael loves you unconditionally and serves your soul journey. He brings you a spiritual gift now, the key of light. This key allows you to open any door, clear away any obstruction, and free yourself from any prison or enslavement, physical, emotional, or psychological. There's no need for you to feel trapped or locked out of a situation you want to get into. You now hold within your hands a divine key that will assist you in many ways. And that's what this girl has. She has the key to unlock that gate. You're being given the key. It's almost like saying, you're free. You're free. Go out. Enjoy the love of your life. Whether it's a person or whether it's just a love of being alive, of doing what you love, and yet you're holding yourself back. And this is that final kind of spirit saying, here it is. All you have to do is open the gate. It says, Archangel Michael has a message for you. You have the power of the divine in you. You have the ability to free yourself no matter whether it seems that another person, a set of circumstances, or the entire world holds more power than you. Your power of freedom is unconditional. It doesn't require that outer circumstances change in order for you to be free. Though as you choose freedom, outer circumstances often change radically. For now, to be free, use the key of light. This means staying true to what you know for yourself. King of Swords, what do you know about who you are, what you're capable of, and what you know about your experience? Gently and lovingly assert your truth now. Do not cave in to naysayers and fear generators. Most especially, do not collapse under your own old fears or doubts. Gently and persistently cleaving to the light within will bring you through any apparent obstacle, free you from any apparent prison, and ensure your divine destiny is fulfilled. All doors shall be opened to you. You are being given a gift of unconditional grace. I love that. Ace of Swords, Queen of Coins. This is the aha moment of what you want to nurture into your experience, what you want to commit to, and what you want to commit through the lens of what you love, how you love, and how you want that love to be returned to you as well. But Taurus, I wish you all a month of freedom, of turning the key in the gate and stepping out as you, holding that cup, kind of holding your hands out and allowing the divine to give you that cup, that fresh connection to love, fresh connection to who you are and your own importance. All right, for those of you who would like to book your own personal reading, you can visit my website by clicking on the link in the description box below. Otherwise, I will see you all for next month's Illumination reading. Bye, Taurus.